Introducing the NS Micro Clip-Free Tuner. It's a discrete headstock tuning solution that stays put and stays out of sight. Tune up quickly and discreetly.
Right on. Hey, what's up, guys? This is Perry with Premier Guitar here in Nashville, Tennessee. Today we're talking to Cody Bonnette of As Cities Burn. How's it going, Cody?
It's good, man.
Man, great to see you.
Thanks
We've
for
been
having
friends
me.
for a long, long time, so this is cool that we get to sit down and do
cool.
this. So, when we were kids and everybody was road dogging it, you were one of these guys that kind of changed my approach to tone, because when everybody else was lugging in, Mesa Boogie full stacks and stuff, here comes Cody with like a basement and a telly, and I hadn't, at that point in my life, I guess my idea of heavy was like totally different. So, seeing, you grow as a guitarist and a writer was super inspiring. Guys like you and Tapi Teranishi kind of like reshaped my idea of what a heavy tone is or could be.
Yeah.
So good on you. What got you into like, going from metal stuff to like, single coil pickups?
Sure. Actually, the first guitar I bought was, this is an American Telecaster that I play mostly, and it has single coils. But the first one I bought was a Mexican Telecaster, just, a little bit lower grade, but same style, same type of pickups. And I always found that when I would try to go to a humbucker, that whenever I would play like some of the more like jazzy type chords or like little picking parts, that it would get a little more lost than I wanted it to.
Right.
Like you wouldn't be as clear. So it's like, dang, maybe on the heavy parts it doesn't sound as big because you got just like a single coil jangly chord, as opposed to when you're playing with the humbucker, you got like a thick grit to it. But we did mostly picking stuff, so like that kind of worked better for our band. I would rather sacrifice maybe the heavy on the heavy parts for the clarity on the parts that needed to be that way. And our bassist would have like fuzz or something, or a rat pedal on the bass, so that kind of like would serve as like a little bit of the thicker texture, So that's how we made it work. But I always just like personally the clarity of a single coil, and it's kind of what's going on.
You can't top it. I mean, at the time that Son, I Loved You came out, there weren't bands really having a real articulate tone when it came to like single string stuff and stuff. It was just kind of like Marshall's loud.
Yeah, man, I didn't really know, I didn't know how to put it that way in words, and I certainly didn't put it that way. But I actually tried to record that record with this guitar, and the studio that Goldman had some bad, Matt Goldman, our producer, had a bad like ground or power system, so it would make the single coils buzz pretty badly. So the guitar we actually used on that record was a Les Paul Special with P100s, which are like humbucking or noiseless something. Yeah, right. And so it mimics a single coil sound, even though it's not. I think we may have gotten away with a couple parts on that or something if it was worked. But our other guitar player that did a lot of the rhythm stuff, I think he had a Fernandez, I don't know, Fernandez something or other that we used a bit for some of the more gritty parts. And then Goldman has like a couple cool SGs and Les Pauls and Guilds that like we pretty much just used all that he had, but since then we've made our own little collections.
Yeah. So are you still working with Goldman?
We did on this last record.
Which sounds phenomenal. Good job, Matt.
Thank you.
Good job,
Matt did an incredible job. Our new record's called Scream Through the Walls. It just came out on Equal-Vision in June.
Yeah, extra special thanks to everybody at Equal-Vision for setting this up. This rules.
Yeah. Blast working with him again. We've made 3 of our 4 records with him, and I'm of the mindset that like the more you, or the less you have to talk about and the more you just do, like the more fluid the machine works, you know?
Right.
Like you're, I like what he does. He might like what we do, and it's like not much like, hey, why don't you change this part drastically or change what you do well drastically. It's like I love the way he makes records. So,
yeah, I'm a fan of his work for sure. Are you doing a ton of pre-production? Like, are you mapping the songs out and then taking them to him in a demo form?
yeah, we would do some form of that, bringing it in, and then we spend about a week once we start recording, just playing live together, and then record a very rough, just get through the song, and then there's some cutting up and moving stuff around, and maybe some finding the chorus and developing the chorus or
Right.
whatever, you know, refining the song a little more, and then we get into drums, bass, guitar, vocals, kind
Sure.
of in that order, you know.